to Several Questions with Nate Chappell, Finn Hammond, and Johnny Fisher.
So, the way the Several Questions work is that basically we found a machine in the woods called the Questionator 5000 that was evidently engineered to generate infinite, very silly questions. And Johnny, Finn, and I have all dedicated our lives to answering them all one by one by one. And that is definitely true today. Does anyone object? We have to do
I
this.
object.
We don't usually publish this part on the podcast. I usually cut it out, but I'm going to leave it in so you guys see what goes into a meeting, a Several Questions meeting. Okay, you object on what grounds?
I still insist that we try to play all the questions at once and then try to answer all the questions.
Okay, that's noted. Again, I will air my dissent that would make it difficult to understand, and then we would all have to answer them all at once, which would also be difficult for the listener to understand. I would grant you that it will be shorter. It was it might be more.
Be in and out. Be in and out.
Yeah, it's efficient in a way, but inefficient in its ability to deliver things. Johnny, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's up to the questionator.
Okay, well,
Can he handle
let's ask the questionator.
Yeah.
Hey, questionator, you've heard our positions. Wait, this is just a machine. I don't know if the questionator has sentience.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, here we go. I'll just push these buttons and see what happens.
Would you rather push or pull?
That's really tough because sometimes it's easier to pull and sometimes it's easier to push. So I'd rather do the easiest option because I'm lazy.
Efficient.
Push or pull?
I just saw something.
I'm going to go with push. I'm going push.
Going push.
Oh, what did you see? You saw something?
Wait, hold on. No, you locked it in. Even if this is really helpful information, you're screwed.
No,
You're
yeah.
screwed, I said.
No, you're really going to regret this.
No,
I'm been imagining. I just was looking at something about the ancient Egyptians and how they moved the
here we go again.
blocks, and I think it was aliens, but they talked about pulling the blocks instead of pushing them. Like they made the sand wet underneath the blocks, and then they'd pull it, and then it'd be more slippery.
This is a family show, pal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think I might like. You're talking about pulling like you're facing the thing and walking back.
No, I'm talking about pulling your face. Like
pulling my face?
Like pulling a face. You know when you make a funny face? It's called pulling a
Oh.
face. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Or pushing a face. I'm sorry I said that. What I'm talking about pulling like you're facing it. Not necessarily. Like you pull a wagon, but you don't face it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, face it, Finn. You don't face it. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
It's a hard truth for me to face. I guess what am I thinking about? My muscles and all.
God, I mean, who of us isn't?
Right.
It's hard not to when you're flexing and oiling up the entire time we're talking to you, which incidentally is really tough to cut out of the audio. But
right. It's really squeaky.
My problem.
I can't. I'm trying to fix it. Yeah, I'm trying to get some WD-40 on these bad boys.
Bad.
I think.
Bad boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
you gonna do?
pull. Pull if I have something to pull onto. I think I get more out of that. In most cases.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Well, I was reading a thing about recent Egyptians, and it was just a little sign on a door, and it said "push" on it. But then the other side said "pull" on it, so it's like I'm not sure.
Oh, classic Egyptian door.
When it comes to doors, I think push. I think that's pretty obvious, especially if it's got one of those bars. They go ka-chung that you can push your back up against when you're trying to juggle. When you're juggling a lot of different balls, literally. But I think we do have a wagon, and that I pull and push my kids around in. And the wagon has a pull option, but this wagon is fancy and has a push option also. It has like a big bar thing you can fold up that's kind of like a stroller. Makes it into a stroller configuration.
Okay.
And I will say that the pushing is kind of easier, but the pulling is more fun. I think that's you feel like you're pulling a wagon.
Right, you're not pushing a stroller around.
Or pushing a wagon, because that's not a thing.
Right.
You don't put the horse behind the cart or after the cart. You know what I mean? What if that horse, can you imagine a horse, if that's how it had developed, was that horses have to put two hooves, on the cart and are just walking along with their other two hooves.
That's why we bred them to have hands.
That's why we bred them to have big hands.
Yeah, and human feet.
Human feet that have shoes on, horseshoes.
Yeah.
That's why we have horse gloves. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so when you guys have mistake a door, like when you mistake the trajectory of a door for being an open door or a push door, would you say it's more often that you think it's a push-in door, but it's actually a pull door, or the opposite? You walk into a bank. It's not your normal bank, and you go to the door and
give me all your money.
Give me all your money. And before you do that, you awkwardly pull out your gun, and then you kind of struggle with the door before you go in, and it kind of tips everyone off.
I would say I more often think it's push and it's pull. That is the direction of my error, mostly, I think. I think I more remember having, because you have like momentum behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, how about you, Johnny?
If it's a situation where I'm truly unsure, I generally go for a push.
Yeah, I think that's how doors usually work, right? They usually go in, and then when it isn't the case, that's when we make the mistake. I just made this.
I mean, you pull when you go out, push when you go in.
Like if you're in a hallway in an office or something, like the doors are going to go into the offices. They don't go out into the hallway,
but not in a lobby necessarily.
Right, or the exterior of a building, that might be different. But yeah. So I think that's usually
it all depends on the door, the design, Yeah,
it's true.
But really, doors are only a small part of this question, but a huge part of music history. Let's move on.
If you had to play a Chuck E. Cheese game for $1 million, what game would you pick?
Can I ask a clarifying question?
I don't know if I'll be able to answer it.
Okay. I'm playing it. Am I paying $1 million?
Yeah. No, I think it's in order to win $1 million.
You win it if you win the game, right?
Right. Not you have to pay $1 million. If you had to, well, it does say you have to play. You have to pay $1 million, so it better be a good one.
If you have to pay $1 million, if I get $1 million, okay, sorry. If I guess the one I would be best at, okay, the ones I remember are skee ball and God, guys, remind me.
There's that basketball game, I guess, and then there's like video game type things that are like
there's the quarter push off thing.
Oh, the quarter push off thing, yeah. Although I think at Chuck E. Cheese, but the ball pit, I don't feel like
it's not really a game.
You can't win.
Come with a bunch of balls, get
True.
All the balls are kind of weird.
Fill your pockets
video or something.
Pee. You win some pee on you. Chuck Entertainment Cheese.
That's right. I'd say I remember when I went to Chuck E. Cheese, there was this one night where there was these really bad kids kind of running amok, and they'd like straight up run up the skee ball thing and just put the balls in the 100.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's air hockey too.
But are you sure? I mean, that's not a game that you could win. I guess the theme of the question suggests that it's like a game you can I guess
Like a
skee-ball
tick-
you can't
a-
win, but I mean, like air hockey, you're not playing against the house. I guess is what I'm saying. You're playing against
Yeah.
another
Hmm.
person.
What if it was
Yeah, if it's
like
a-
an animatronic Chucky?
Oh shit! You play. Okay, that's my answer. I'm gonna take Johnny's answer here and say air hockey against Chuck Entertainment
Yeah.
Cheese, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Charles.
You can kind of tell where they're gonna hit it.
Yeah. Well, they do it the same every time.
They do it the same
Yeah.
every time.
The first game
Those
is like
laser-
unsure, but then after that, you're like, oh, they're just gonna do that
Hmm.
same thing.
You play
They
against
talk a lot of
that.
shit though.
Yeah, I would say if it's one of those ticket based ones. Oh, I know, the hammer thing where you hit the thing with the hammer.
Whack-a-mole.
A whack-a-mole or the power hammer? I don't know.
I
the
was thinking power.
Isn't Power Hammer like
I-
a carnival game though? I don't think that's a Chuck E. Cheese game, is it?
Doesn't like
There is one at my Chuck E. Cheese, and it was a ticket.
electronic?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Finn used to own a Chuck E. Cheese. We should
That's
probably
right. I
default
had
to
it at my
him on
Chuck E.
that.
Cheese. Man, that
It
thing
was
was a
called-
bitch to repair. Let me tell you,
Right.
people were hitting it
really,
all day.
Really took a beating.
Yeah,
And I don't know why they made that one part of glass.
yeah. The whole thing is that the hammer was made of glass. The mechanism that you hit was made of glass.
That made it fair. See, originally it was the hammer is made of metal.
yeah,
And then the thing that you hit was made of glass and it just kept breaking. So they're like,
yeah.
let's make them both the
I'd say-
same. Let's make them both
Mhm.
glass.
Right. If they're both glass, then surely they won't both break.
Or at least they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
at,
it said.
at the very least.
The instructions.
Johnny, what about you? Oh, are you going to take my answer?
Yeah.
Air
I'm
hockey
taking your
against Chuck E. Cheese.
Mhm.
Man, what a dick. Okay, well, that's fine if that's what you want to do. Let's move on to the next question.
With what Goonie do you most identify?
Okay, let's list some Goonies here. We've got
Yeah.
Chunk. We've got
Chunk.
Sloth.
Peter.
We've got.
Sinking.
Have you guys seen the Goonies?
Double
Yeah.
doors. Yeah, clearly. Squarehead.
Uh,
I think that's Dick Tracy.
Dr. Oh, yeah, that's right. Dr. Bowens.
Um,
I'm just gonna wait for you guys to
was
run
the
out
Giz-
of dumb things to say so we can talk about the question.
Oh, you're
What was-
waiting well.
what was the dude without the gadgets?
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
You're thinking of a Swiss Army knife. You're thinking of a Swiss
Right.
Army knife you saw one time.
Oh, you're thinking of the show Gidget.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll cut that out. That was my fault.
That
Um,
was my fault.
yeah, that's totally my fault. I'm sorry about that. The Gadget guy just won an Oscar, and his name was Data or Data. I don't know
Data. Yeah.
Data.
Data. Yeah.
And then they had
Okay.
you got Sean Astin, whatever his name was in the thing. You got Josh Brolin, the older brother.
Mhm.
Martha Plimpton, short hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's either Leah Thompson or
Sure,
Elizabeth Shue. I don't remember which. I get them confused.
Elizabeth Shue. What kind of name is that?
It's, Dutch.
Oh,
Thank you. We're missing somebody. Who we're missing?
Yeah.
oh, the best Goonie of all.
Huh?
Slam Dunk Thompson.
So have you not seen Goonies? Or are you just being annoying?
I have not seen it. I have
Okay.
not. Both. I gotta say.
Both.
I gotta check both.
See, all of the above. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna. You'd be Sloth then, because Sloth doesn't understand stuff sometimes.
And I bet Sloth hasn't seen the Goonies.
Hasn't seen the
Yeah.
Goonies, and he's really. Don't worry, he's really handsome.
Super handsome.
Oh God, I have a feeling he's not handsome.
What? I just said. Did you hear me? Is my connection bad or something? I just
I
said
just got
he is
this-
handsome.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess I would probably be Martha Plimpton because I have short hair. Finn, or Johnny, what about you?
Data. He had all the cool gadgets. I liked him. He was funny too.
It
I was
was.
obsessed with gadgets. Jesus Christ.
A little bit of a worrier, but that's okay.
You're a little bit of a warrior too, let's face it.
Yeah. I was a warrior.
Warrior princess.
Yeah.
Johnny Fisher, warrior princess.
Warrior princess.
Okay, let's go to the next question.
What planet are you most like?
Well, Mars is, I think that's the warrior god,
hmm
the god of war.
I think-
War.
think.
Let's see all the planets. Mercury, Venus, Mars,
Earth,
Jupiter, Earth,
This guy doesn't even fucking know about Earth.
Saturn.
Saturn.
I don't consider it a planet.
This guy's so
Is
selfless.
Well, a planet can't be flat.
Yeah, okay, that's true. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
You're a flat earther, but believe that all the other planets are round.
Yeah.
And you'll notice nobody's living on those.
Uranus. Pluto.
Neptune. Are we counting Pluto? I'm not.
I don't know.
It's a dwarf.
I think
no,
NASA
no Pluto.
It's
Okay.
yeah. Or no, yeah. It's a dwarf planet. It's a planet, though.
Did we
But
say
I mean,
Jupiter?
if you
Did
count
say
all the
Jupiter?
dwarf planets, then we got. I mean, if you count all the planets in all the entire universe, that's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Should we
I'm going to
include
say
moons?
ALX 4691.
yeah, XO32.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Oh, that's what I signed my emails. XO
XO.
32.
XO
Yeah.
planet. Aww.
XO planet. Cute. Galactic
I'll go with
girl.
Saturn.
Saturn, oh, because you got wear all those rings.
It's all the rings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say.
Classic-
I think it's
classic
really obvious for
Yeah.
For
Well, you can
Johnny.
hear.
Lord of the Rings over here.
Johnny's mic is always. You can always hear clicking because he's holding his mic with all his rings.
Yeah, it was a deep ring plug in.
I have to do a filter. And you know how Johnny likes to be totally unfiltered, so it's a big
That's right.
source of contention. I would pick Earth because I have oxygen in me and water and
Yeah, you're pretty natural.
poop and pee and
Mm.
blood. And Earth has all of those things. Besides Earth, though, I would say maybe Jupiter, because I'm a gas giant. And oh, by the way, I've been meaning to tell you guys, I have this
So true.
this big red spot
Oh yeah.
that I wanted to show you guys.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's take a look.
Yeah, see it.
Johnny, what do you?
Oh,
Ooh.
ooh, that is big.
That's pretty big.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
it's gone. It's gone now.
Weird. It was just gas. Whatever. Okay. Did we answer that? I think we did. You said Saturn. Finn said Uranus.
Oh, I didn't say. I did
Yep.
not say that.
You said my anus.
I'd say saying that you like Earth. No one's picked Earth, right?
No.
Is like saying your favorite animal is a dog. Like of course it's a dog. It's the best. It's right there, and they're awesome. But the one that isn't living, that you don't live with, I guess Mercury. I have to get up close to things because my vision isn't very good, and that's the closest one to the sun, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
So that's me, Mercury.
Okay.
pretty cool planet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's fast, little, just like you, and often in
Mhm.
retrograde, just like you.
Mhm.
Right now, he's wearing some suit, like those sunglasses that have like the shades on them, like the blinds. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
yeah.
They're so retrograde. Okay, moving on.
How much peanut butter in pounds do you think you've eaten in your life?
You a big peanut butter head?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm becoming more of one, and I have to stop.
Why?
I have arthritis of the face.
And peanut butter
I
gets stuck in there and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like a sugary thing that I don't need to eat, but it's so easy to do, and you could put it on an
more
apple
natural
and
peanut butter.
well,
Yeah,
that's
what
the
I
thing.
said. We talked about this offline. To be honest, this is our second time discussing.
I know there's a big it's crazy that there's like Jif is the same food as like a good natural peanut butter because they don't feel or taste the same. One tastes like oil and like almost like Jello or something like that, and the other one is like much better.
Which one's
You know,
much
and
better?
I don't know, like whatever brand is
No, which one were you saying? Were you saying Jif or natural is the better one?
natural's better.
And the
Like
oily,
natural-
the oil one tastes. You think tastes like Jif, or Jif tastes oily? Because I think the other one definitely is oily. But
the one definitely has little oil on top of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just so crazy that like one kind of food can make me feel so radically different than the other and taste so radically different than the other. Like
this guy's talking about
Jif is
radical.
ins-
He's so retrograde. That's why I keep saying
Thank
radical.
you.
Every time he says
It's
it
like-
too, he does the hang loose sign and puts
Yeah,
the
it is
blinds
so-
and then puts the blinds up on his sunglasses.
I put peanut butter on the glasses too.
Just flinging peanut butter everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? Yeah, I'm a big peanut butter guy. I probably eat a bunch. I put it on everything. It's great. You can justify eating a bunch of sugar because there's like protein in it, I guess.
Right.
But
It's made of nuts.
and it doesn't make me feel terrible usually. I don't know. How about you guys? What do you
I
guys
love
think?
peanut
We got to
butter. I
answer.
eat a
You got
lot
to
of it.
answer
Yeah.
the question. How many pounds?
How many pounds?
Oh,
in your
so
whole
many
life?
pounds.
You just take a ballpark. You don't have to. We don't have to spend our whole lives on
to 20,000 pounds
this. To 20,000 pounds, so 40,000 pounds.
or 40,000 pounds.
Okay, that was a weird way to say it.
I wanted to not.
Our numbers guy over here is doing
He's a
some
dr-
math. I see him looking down at his
He's
calculator,
crunching the
and I
numbers.
can hear
He's
that
got
the
check.
adding machine noise.
carry the.
I'll cut it out because I believe in audio quality, pristine audio quality. Hi, I'm Christine Audio Quality. I'm Preston
I'm
Audio.
here to talk to you.
I'm Preston Audio. We're Preston and Christine Audio. Nah, whatever. So, my
We're married to each other.
we're married to each other, and what we fell in love about, because that's what you do. You fall in love about something. What brought us together was our disdain for unclear audio. Johnny, you look like you've got an answer.
Huh? Oh, yeah. So I figure it's about 30 tablespoons in a pound. So
Wow.
at least 1,000 pounds in my lifetime.
Oh yeah, I would say 1,000 pounds in the last like 3 years. I've been eating so much
Yeah.
peanut butter.
Probably, yeah.
I
do.
probably spent 1,000 pounds on peanut butter. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna say- oh, hey, do I? Isn't it?
Yeah, ain't it?
In it.
Johnny totally understands what we're saying because he used to live in
He's
England.
British.
He's British.
For those who are new to the
That's how he said
podcast, Johnny is British. He speaks in a British accent.
He's our numbers guy.
If you make this,
This is my American accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts it on for us.
Since he's smart but rude. What is it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, no,
dumb
he's
but
rude.
He's just
dumb,
rude.
But he's just
dumb
he's
but
dumb
rude.
and dumb
I like,
and rude is like a better.
I like dumb but rude. Like he's dumb but also rude. But don't worry, he's also rude. And he's never seen the Goonies.
Hmm?
I would say I'm gonna say one pound.
Yeah, right.
Well, I just want to win. I'm just trying. I think you guys overbid
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
because Finn said 20,000 pounds, and you said 20,000 too,
He said
Tens
1,000.
of pounds.
huh? You said 1,000, and you said 20,000, which is 40,000. I'm gonna say, six 2,000. So 12,000.
12,000. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how
see.
much clearer I can make it. Oh, I'm gonna go eat some peanut butter. That's all the questions we have for today. Now get out there, ask questions, be curious, not furious. And always remember, the first part of question is quest, and the second part is shun. And of course, tune in next time to hear us once again answer several questions.
Thank you for listening to Several Questions, a production of Wolf Out Radio. Click on the link in the show notes for more Wolf Out shows.